WFUV 92.1 LP FM, Flint, Michigan, right on University Avenue. I think that today I'm going to talk to some people about what I've talked about before. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the training ground for eternity. We have got, as a people, we have got to overcome our differences with each other. It doesn't make sense to go around trying to tag each other every day. It doesn't make sense at all because I believe myself that there's someone keeping score. Someone's keeping score about the way we treat each other. We don't have to stoop that low. You have got to learn to love your fellow man. You got to overcome those old prejudice and desires you have about each other. It's bad. It's bad. I know that there's a lot of people in the North resent some black people because a lot of them came from Europe. They didn't know anything about us. And the way they act, sometimes I don't think they really care to know about us. I find that in the South, it's different. Caucasian people has always been around black people for at least 470 years. That's our time in this country, 470 years. And I think they are better overcomers than some of the people here. I was never called the N-word until I went to Germany and came to Flint, Michigan. It's pitiful. We have got to get our act together. I know some people believe in a hereafter. I do. But you got to be prepared to go there. This is the boot camp. This is the training ground for eternity. This is Earth, planet Earth. And if you want to go to the new planet Earth, you have got to get your act together. You got to get your act together. I got some feedback last week from a guy named McKinley. No, it was I can't figure his name out. But I tell you one thing: you don't know how I raised my children, but I've seen how you raise yours because I can see them following you all over the store, and you don't give them what they want. They fall down and tell you they hate you and all this stuff. I've seen that. So don't tell me anything about raising my children. You don't know me. You don't know me, sir. You don't know me, and I think the best thing I think it would be good if you got to know me. Maybe you could erase some of the crap you got in your head about me. Okay, erase it, man, because I don't prejudge anyone. You prejudging me, you have no right to do that. I'm here and I'm gonna be here, and you're not gonna run me off there. I live in Flint, Michigan, and I can be found anywhere. So just keep your comments, your negative comments to yourself, because I intend to talk to people of with sound minds. I don't want to talk to somebody that crawled out under a rock. That's what it sounds like you did. You crawl out under a rock. And as they would say in Kegney, you dirty piece of slime. I want to tell you one thing. I want to dispel the idea. We have a state of Michigan passed the Marijuana Act. You can have marijuana if you want to get a prescription from your doctor. But I want to tell you, young black people, just because you have a prescription from some quack, that doesn't mean that these people will accept you on their job smoking marijuana. that's out. I don't care how many prescriptions you got. I don't know how many jobs how many doctors you seen. The employer makes the ultimate decision on what you come in there with in your system, be it drugs, alcohol, or marijuana. They are not going to accept you. And if they happen to randomly test you and find you have it in your system, look for another place of employment because I think they'll get rid of you or send you to some help, get you some help because it might sound good that, oh, we got a marijuana law. It's not, it's not federally, you can't do that in every state because the federal government disapprove of it. It's only in the state of Michigan, right here where I live, and probably a few other places, California and places like that. But you better watch what you're doing and where you do it at. Just because Michigan has a law that says, yeah, you can for medicinal purposes, marijuana. No, you better check that out. You better check it out, gentlemen, because I think that law was passed for a purpose. And if you think about it, you're black and it will hinder you from the workplace, brothers and sisters. Take it, take it with a grain of salt. Believe what I tell you. You have got to go to your job sober, clean and sober, because the people are not going to let you have an accident in that place, and they're going to not let you um, build anything you want on your job. You know, some people think it's funny. It's not funny. It's keeping you out of the workplace. Okay, you can go get another job. Yes, you can get another job, but you just don't know. Hey, General Motors and these other companies have good fringe benefits if you stick with it. If you stick with it, you get good fringe benefits. And I want to say something about a mother at Mount Zion Church we lost. They put it later to rest yesterday. Mother Ruthie Chapman. She would be missed by her family, her church family, and her friends. I understand she was a good prayer partner, so I know that she will be missed. It's time for us as a people to learn one another. Yes, black lives matter, white lives matter, red lives matter, yellow lives matter, but it's the old thing that you have in you that won't let you reach out to another person of different race or different color. Why? Why are you so afraid of that? Why are you afraid of it? I've been to a lot of places. I met a lot of people. And I tell you, when I meet you, you haven't met a stranger, and I won't treat you as a stranger. I give you all the business until you show me that you're gonna act different. I treat you just like I've known you, and treat you different. Not treat you different. I like meeting people, and this is one thing we have got to get out of. You got to get out of prejudging people. I talked to a guy from Consumer Power the other day. Well, I saw they had a police car watching over the workers there. They had about 50 Caucasian workers and 2 black workers, and somebody fired a gun. It wasn't that Consumer Power people. They fired a gun in their house or at somebody within the confines of their residence. And this guy, he said, I went down, he was one of the bosses. I went down there, I see them big black guys, and they look like thugs to me. I said, hold it right there, brother. You look like a thug to me. Now, what you gonna say? That is prejudging people. Just because they're big, just because we're black, we are not all thugs. Erase that out of your mind. Consumer power, you need to have some updating with your people about judging people. I'm black, but that don't make me a violent man. You're white or Caucasian. That don't make you a violent man. Why are you prejudging people? Now, I guess the police went all about that, but the city of Flint, if, as far as I'm concerned, if consumer power need protection on the job, I don't think we should use Flint police for it, even if they're paid for it. They out of their sphere. What if something really drastic go down? People be suing the city of Flint. Let Flint police Flint. We are liking police protection in this town. You can see it all over town. Ballinger Highway is a drag strip. Cloud Road's a drag strip. And every stop sign, you had better make sure that nothing's coming. And same thing at the red light, because people are running red lights like 40 going north. I want to commend the state police for the help they're giving, because I don't see nobody but state police. Might see a Flint policeman every now and then. We're short of people. Now, before this new guy took on this job as police chief, I asked him to sit down and talk with him, and let's talk about manpower. Well, I guess I was the wrong color to talk to him about manpower. He only talked to his own kind, I guess. This new chief we got down there, I tell you, we've got to do something about it. I might have some ideas that we can make some money to get people on that force down there. In fact, I know one kid right now asked me how could he get on the police force. I don't know. I told him to go online and see if he could get it. But this police chief, he's not, I guess you can't, he's not accessible. If you call somebody in traffic, they're not accessible. And I called the mayor the other day, and some lady called me back. And I tell you, I had to do it. I wanted to talk to the mayor. I didn't want to talk to no house person. And just like Coleman Young, I don't talk to no house person. Give me the man. That's who I wanted to talk to. If he's afraid to talk to somebody, I don't know what's wrong with him. You know, I don't know what's wrong with him. I don't really know what's wrong with the guy. He laughed at me one time when I told him when he was up in Lansing. That's why I don't care for him. I'm telling him about the way these truckers drive in Michigan and how you can drive with ease in Ohio, and then when you get to Kentucky, they back jumping on you again. He thought that was funny. I don't know. He act like a kid thinking something funny like that. Man chased me for about 50 miles. I could only see his headlights and his grill. And I haven't been on the expressway since. Now, he think that's funny. You got another thing coming, brother. And you got another election if you want to be here. Because right now, you on my list. You are on my list. And it's bad to be on my list because I will oppose anything you try to do on your own. Right now, you need to get your act together and start doing what you should be doing. Get your police chief under control and the rest of the people you call traffic. Nobody answered the phone. You call anybody down there, they send you to a maze of telephones, and at the end, they hang up. You better check what you got, man. Check what you got, check who you got in place, and make sure everybody's playing ball, playing their job, doing their job. Like I say, I don't see Flint police officers around here. If I call state police, they'll come out. They'll come out. And another thing, that 911 number, this woman want to question me as to why I want to call for somebody else. It's none of her business. All she has to do is give it to the police and let the police make the decision on it, whether he's coming out or not. Evidently, that was a problem. But I don't like that. I don't like that questioning me. If somebody like the woman in Detroit, in New York, wasn't even being attacked. Call the police, and the police was there ready to take care of business. You know, oh, it's a black man out. Black man. Oh my goodness. We have got to get out of that crap. Because there are just as many Caucasian people committing crime and everything else as there is black people. Probably more. I know they get less time for anything they do. And Madoff had 100 and something years, and Madoff got off with less than 10. And he just killed people with all that money he took from them. Madoff is walking around free. He made off all right. That's a good name for him. He made off with everybody's money. And they let him out of there because he said he was sick. Well, there's a lot of people in prison that are sick. There's a guy down in Louisiana, been there all his life. All his life. That family will not permit him to see the light of day on the outside. Every time he come up for parole, he knows where he's going. He's going back to jail. Down in Louisiana, but I don't know the name of that prison, but it's bad. We treat it differently. Outside of here, we are blacks and browns, or the prisons are filled with them. Very seldom, does the judge do the same for blacks and browns as he do for Caucasians. Very seldom. You're blessed if you get it, because it's not in the cards for you to ever get out of prison if you're a black man. If you get out of prison, then they want to take all your rights away from you. Take all your rights away from you. You might not be guilty of something. So a lot of people have went to the gas chamber in Georgia and in other states that have the death penalty. They went to the gas house, the electric chair, or whatever, for crime they did not commit. And everybody say, he guilty. He guilty. Somebody said he was guilty, and everybody else jumped in and say he's guilty. You know, why do you Caucasians think you can get away with just saying anything and anybody's guilty? We don't do that. I would like to see us get along as brothers and sisters. That's what we are. You don't want to believe it, but we are. We are. And you will see it one day. You will see it one day when all the cards are shuffled and you see who is who of this. You're going to wonder, why did I treat that black man so bad? Why? I mean, everything. Blame it on him. I watched when this war was going on in Iraq. They say this guy rolled a grenade in there on some officers that and killed them. I don't know if he did or not. I know one thing: combat situation and people mistreating people. A lot of things happen. A lot of things go down. It shouldn't, but some people are misjudged, and you do it because he was black. You got to get off that. You have got to get off of it. You got to get off of it, people. There are a lot of things that we could be doing instead of picking on black people. We were slaves for a long time. 400 years. Came here, and I tell you how good some of the slaves were. Believe it or not, some of those slaves that worked in the kitchen had a chance to poison the whole family. They didn't do it. They did not do it. That is not our makeup. Killing, the lying, deceit is not our makeup. No. We believe in a higher power, and we trust in him. He's going to make everything all right. So, and I got a whole lot of Caucasian Christians that, if you listen to them talk, everything is geared toward that black man. I had a guy that I worked with. We was in the conference room one day, and he says, and right inside of the city limits of Flint, I think the street was one street over there by the off of Pasadena. A black skilled tradesman moved across the street from him. He said in the conference room, I don't know why they want to move around us. Nobody really want to move around you. The house is vacant, and the man bought it. And the best thing you can do is move or shut up. So you're way up north now, Rogers City. I guess you are in one of your dugouts or wherever. But I'm telling you, this old thing you have, just because you get a person in power and talk that old rhetoric, then every old nasty thing that ever come and wanted to overthrow the government come out their hole. Every one of them that wanted to overthrow the government, they're so glad. We got our man in there now. He is their man. I wish he'd shut up. He talks too much. He knows as much as the generals. He knows as much as the doctors. He put it out that you could use Lysol. And the people had to straighten that mess out. The Lysol company had to straighten it out. Because some people believe in him so much, they go and do it. They would take Lysol for the head of this country. to see if it helped the pandemic. I'm telling you, it's so funny the things he suggests, and everybody that's in his corner, they believe in him. Anything he says, like one guy said, "Hey, he voted for him the first time, but they don't think he's gonna do it the next time because if he tell you three things, most of them, three things, one of those things coming out of his mouth is a lie." And they didn't use, but politicians never used to use that word lie. They had to come out and tell you, "Hey, you lying." It used to be, "Well, he ain't exactly candid. By golly, he ain't exactly candid." But they use the lie now. This is WFUV 92.1 LP FM, Flint, Michigan. The program is The World According to TC, and I'm Terry Crews, the original. I'm the original. So put it in your pipe and smoke it. That gentleman that called in with that negative stuff, I hope you call in again. I hope you're listening. I hope you listen. Call in, please. I want to get your feedback. I had more positive feedback than I had any of that old crap you be trying to talk. So talk about something constructive. Something constructive. Something's going to help this country. Something's going to help this land. Something's going to help people care about one another. Talk about that. Don't talk about me. Don't talk about me. I'm easy. I am easy. I'm easy to be talked about. You can talk about me all you want. My problem is with me. You can call me any name you want. You can talk about me. But brother, don't put your hands on me. I'm just telling you, just like it is. I'm a good person. I'll help anybody do anything. I've helped people of all races. I've helped people of all races. And my family in this town knows it. And I don't care what you say about me. You keep on talking about me as much as you want to, Mr. McKnight. Talk about me as much as you want, because I know you. I know you. Talk about me as much as you want. But like I said, don't put your hands on me. Then you got a problem. If you put your hands on me, you got a problem. But I just want to let you know it's time out for that old yang you talk all the time and blaming all the problems on black people. Blame it on yourself. You've been in charge. You've been in charge ever since you came to this country. You said this was the promised land for you. I don't think it was promised to you. I think it was promised to somebody else, because if it was promised to you and you was on God and said you brought Christianity here, you wouldn't have killed the people you killed. You wouldn't have brought your nasty germs to people that here had never been in no mess like this. But you did it. You did it. It's time you wake up, acknowledge what you've done, try to be a better person, try to be a better man, try to be a better race, and try to help someone. This is the boot camp for eternity right here. Take what it's worth, brothers. This is the boot camp. And I don't care how you feel about me, I still say this is boot camp. I take inventory of my life at least 3 times a week, and some things I like, and some things I don't like. And I try to change it.
All right, Terry, we got 1 minute. 1 minute. 1 minute.
Take an inventory. See if you like everything you see. I don't think you would. If you're honest. If you can be honest, Thank you. Join me next week, 92.1 FM, World According to TC.